All right, we are live. We are live. Happy Thursday.
Woohoo!
How
We
are you,
made
Ananya? We made it.
it. I am well. Thank you so much for having me, Tawana. I'm excited to be here and talk to you and your amazing audience.
Oh, and you know what? I'm going to make sure because this always happens. For some reason, the audience goes to private.
Hmm.
We're public now, so we're actually live where people can see us. All right. So, thank you so much for joining. I absolutely appreciate you being here. I am looking forward to the conversation that we're going to share tonight because being authentic is something that we all could do a lot more of. And it's not always the easiest choice to make. However, I think we're in a space and time right now where it's becoming, we're being more receptive of just compassion and accepting people, for who they are, where they are, yet encouraging them, right, to elevate to the person that they want to be for themselves. So we're not going to get too far in it without first asking the question. When you hear the word transcend, what comes to mind?
Okay. Now I watched all of these 16 talks and I should have known. But what comes to mind is being limitless and unbound by time, by quality, by any type of containers that you're limitless, you're not tied to anything, and that you can always reinvent yourself. You define and you choose what that means for you each and every day. So
Wow, that's being limitless. I don't think anyone has said that yet. So if you're just joining in, please make sure to hashtag Live Squad. If you pop in on the replay, hashtag replay so that we can acknowledge you. We love to make this an interactive conversation. And Ananya just answered the only scripted question, and that is, what does it mean when you hear the word transcend? And I don't think anyone yet has said the word limitless. So I am like, ooh, that just takes me to another place. So this is exciting. All right. So the topic for today, being authentically aligned. So before we go even there, I'm so excited about this because it's something that we're both passionate about. Let's talk about you. Who is Ananya, the NP career coach?
absolutely. So my name is Ananya, and I am a nurse practitioner. I've been in the nursing field for 10 years. And last year, as similar to many of us, have made the leap into entrepreneurship. So I am a nursepreneur, and I help nurse practitioners step into their practice and really helping them in ways that I know I didn't have.
Yes.
So really giving back, but also creating a system and a support system for them to really lean on that most people don't have.
Oh man, and that is so good. And can we talk about a little bit about that shift for you, right? So you were a nurse practitioner for 10 years and then decided I want to do something else, right? What kind of brought you to that place? Because I want people to be encouraged that you don't have to finish where you start. Whatever your it is, you can change your mind. Now be moral about it, good people, right? Be moral about it. Go about things the well way, yet you can change your mind. So let's talk a little bit about that because I think that's going to help people understand how you go from being a nurse, because nursing is one of those careers that people are like, ooh, you got to get into healthcare. You got to be a nurse and, be a licensed practitioner because that's where the money is. And you've done all that. You've accomplished that. And then you decided that you wanted to try something different, yet use all of that great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, my story resonates a lot with Siobhan's story, one of your guests earlier, when she had that kind of crossroads. You come to a crossroads where you realize, for me, it was 10 years down the road, realizing that this doesn't feel like what I really want to do. And there were so many signs everywhere that was telling me and questioning and challenging me, Ananya, is this truly what you want to do? Why are you dreading going into work? Why are you burned out? And why would you accept, So to answer your question, there was a lot of things that made me down this path. It wasn't one point in time. It was a
Mhm.
journey, and I'm
Mhm.
still on that journey. But for the last, I would say, 2 years, I started to just have a different mindset shift around it. I no longer wanted to accept being burned out as the status quo. You know, a
Mhm.
lot of times in medicine, we are just told, you suck it up. If you're
Ooh.
ill, you still come into work. Those are
Mhm.
just cultural norms. And
Mm.
I started to soon realize that, you know, there's a quote, I forget who it's by,
Mhm.
but it says, culture eats strategy for breakfast. And
Ooh.
that was one of the biggest things I started realizing is I can't come in as one person and change this culture unless it's going to happen from the top down. And how
That's
do I
right.
change that? You know, how do I change that systematically? I have to be part of that system change. And
That's
so I
right.
wanted to take that step back, and I wanted to help the next generation of NPs
Mhm.
and be in more of a teaching role. That's what started to fill me up and bring me
Mhm.
joy. And so then I started realizing in this crossroads that, okay, what do I do about this life that I've created
That's
and
right.
that doesn't really belong to me? It doesn't
Mhm.
belong to me because it's what my parents wanted. It's what other
Mm.
people thought I should do. And
Mhm.
so I did all of these things, and here I am, and I feel empty. I
Mm.
feel empty. I don't feel aligned. I feel obligated
Yeah.
and not driven. And so I started reaching out to career coaches first, you know, to
Got it.
figure out, you know, what exactly am I supposed to do with my life? And,
Yeah.
you know, the big daunting question that they would always ask me is, what is your gift to the world? And,
Ooh.
you know, I think that's such a huge monster of a question. And rather than kind of taking that big daunting task on, I started just asking myself, what brings me joy? What lights me up? What would I do for free? Um, you know, what am I already doing that I don't mind giving my time to over and over and over? And that
Mhm.
happened to be teaching, giving back, supporting, and just really being that guidance that I
Mhm.
didn't have. And so
Mhm.
that's when I started to make that shift and realize and toy with entrepreneurship, something I've always wanted to do, but I never thought that I could be her who is
Yeah.
now. So just, you know, I thought that that's just not something in reach. And then it took me many years, almost 2 years, to really step into that role. And I'm still, you know, working on it. But
Yeah.
that's kind of the backstory as to how I got here. But mainly from burnout, from not being appreciated at the bedside, from making healthcare more into a corporatized business and
Yes.
not valuing capital, human
Yes.
capital at all.
Human
And
capital, right?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it was just time. And I think this past year, that there is a huge exodus of a lot of nurses and nurse practitioners from the bedside because that's it. Like people have had enough after realizing, you know, the same epiphany that I've had.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Wow, that's so rich because, like you said, culturally, systematically, and even family,
mhm,
right? We often make decisions, particularly, these things start in our youth, right? Adults often are just really big children
yeah,
because they just took on their youth and decided that this is it. Whatever happened in my youth, it has to be it now in my adulthood, and that's not true. However, you only have an understanding of the truth that you stand under, right?
mhm,
So when you decided, I want to do something different, this isn't the life that I want to live for myself. I wanted to be that entrepreneurial woman. Now I am her. You said something really significant. And if anybody is out there and you're thinking about starting a business and you're asking, you will hear the question, who's your ideal client? Who is your customer avatar? If there's one thing we can encourage you is that they're probably you.
mhm,
Right? They're probably a lot like you. They have the needs that you have, they have the wants that you have, they have the interests that you have. You are just now in a different position and a different level of awareness to feel that for them. What do you think about that? Is do you find
absolutely. It's that's spot on. Or I guess I was her. And
uh-huh.
so, yeah, it definitely, you know, makes a lot of sense. And you're also, you know, as you're searching, you're attracting that person that you should take a moment to look in the mirror and say that I am that person.
Right.
So it definitely resonates there.
And then when we talk about, so going into the authentic alignment, and you ask the question, and I put it up on the screen because I want people to like ask yourself that. What is your gift to the world? What are some things that, beyond the questions that you ask, what does that mean? And then what are ways that you actually stepped into that? Once you ask yourself that question and you begin asking yourself more questions, right? The why, the 5 whys, and then you decided to step into it. What did that look like for you? And how can other people follow suit?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I really think that, rather than like tackling it, like, for me, it felt really daunting because I was like, I don't know. When my coach would ask me, like, what is it that you are here for? I couldn't answer that even at 30. And so then I started, feeling like I, don't know enough. And just rather than going down that road, I think that one small question that people can ask is, what brings me joy?
Mm.
And that leads, those little breadcrumbs lead to your purpose. So I started, there's actually a concept called Ikigai, and it's a Japanese, have you seen it before, that vision map?
Yes. And then I just had a conversation about this week with someone else. They were going in depth with me about this particular strategy. So please
Yes.
do.
Yes. And maybe we can do a pop-up coaching thing on this, because
Let's do it.
it's awesome. So basically it's a concept that, many of us know, but it's a Japanese thought process of a Venn diagram that you're looking at, what does the world need? What does the world need more of?
Mm-hmm.
What are you good at? What are you wanting to do? And looking at kind of the center of it all. And that pinpoint is what your zone of genius and what your purpose should be.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I really worked on for a long time, figuring out where's the intersection of all of these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my purpose is in the middle of what I'm good at, what brings me joy, what the world needs more of, what I can commit to showing up and doing. And so when I started figuring that out, I realized my, gift to the world is really like teaching and giving back and supporting,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be nurses. I'm really just attracted to anyone I see them on the rise and wanting to do better. When they make the choice, no matter what circumstance they're in, when I see them choosing, oh my gosh, I'm going to get emotional. I think that's similar to, what you saw in me is no matter what. Okay, that's what's happened. When you see someone always making the conscious choice to do more, be more, and nothing stops them, that's what I'm attracted to helping, because I see a lot of myself in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so my gift to the world is making that possible for them. Whatever that it is that they're chasing or wanting, I want to be that bridge. And so I started putting those breadcrumbs together of, what do I like to do every single day and all of these things. And that's where I came to the conclusion. So if anyone's out there, just feeling like something doesn't feel right, it starts with that, right? Like Oprah says, it starts with a whisper.
Yeah.
And then it gets louder and louder and louder until you address it. And for me, that whisper took 2 years to get louder, but it's that gnawing, questioning feeling that you can't put away.
Yes.
And so I encourage you to ask, where is it that you feel that you don't feel enough, and start there.
Yes.
And what is it that you would do for free and that brings you joy? Just in that moment, whatever stage that you're in, start there so that you can address those whispers.
That is so beautiful. And those whispers are real. And some of our sisters in our Facebook group are saying, hey, Dina. Dina and Rena are on the live as well. Sean is on the live. Thank y'all so much for joining. Look, do comment, do ask questions, because look, we're here for it. It's a conversation. And Ananya, so Ananya and I, we talk pretty often. most of it is messaging, because we're out here doing the same thing, right? We're answering people's questions, we're fielding their needs, we're intersecting them, we're integrating them with other people so that they can be the best, women, men, entrepreneurs, nurse practitioners, whatever their thing is that they need to be. We are passionate about connecting with people. We are passionate about results. And I know I can be to a flaw in the sense of very task oriented. And I'm continuously praying like, Lord, help me to not be, I don't even want to say not be task oriented, but to also have more leisure connection. Yeah, my passion is so much so around business that's where most of the conversation happens. It's like every idea to me can ultimately be a business.
Yes, I hear that.
And not everybody's here for it, And so people are like, I want to talk to you, but I don't want to talk to you because you're going to push me. You're going to push me into a direction that I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want to go. Maybe I don't feel like I'm ready to go. And I'm like, sorry, you can't help it. Like that's my gift to the world. Is figuring out how to help you turn your extraordinary idea into something real. Like if you say you want something different, let's do something different, right? Like we can't. I've said many times before, we can't execute ideas, but we can execute decisions. And when you're ready to make a decision, right, what you focus on grows. Right? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's what you and I talk about often, like getting a greater perspective on what's in front of us so we can make a more informed decision on about doing what's ahead of us, not what's behind us.
Absolutely.
So as you focus on what's ahead of you and how you help, right? As a career coach, and I know this is a focus on career coaching. However, that's got a lot to do with being authentically you, right? Is if you're in a career, if you're in a life situation that is not aligned with you, what are some things? We talked about the joy and the intersecting of purpose and commitment and skill. How can you now make decisions, or what can you do now that you've identified that and go forward and make that shift? Because you don't have to be a nurse practitioner just to hear your advice. This can be for any person that wants to make a change in their day-to-day, in their career, in their business, because you've done both.
Absolutely. I love that. That's a great question. And I think that we all ask that. I'm sure all of us ask that at some point in 2020, every day. But
right?
I would say the most powerful thing would be to committing to one thing. Just commit to one thing that you can do right in the stage that you're in, right? So a lot of us, our moms are, full-time moms at home with virtual school going on. I'm sure, Tawana, you can relate to this.
Yes.
Your plate is full. So even if you want to do something else, it feels like you can't hold space in your brain and your heart to do that. So commit to one thing that is going to propel you towards that. Just one thing you can do every week that either explores that new idea or facet or multi-passionate area of what you want to do, whether it's talking. So what that looked like for me was I first thought, when I was doing this career coaching with this amazing coach, that I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a nurse attorney. So I committed to, for a whole month, every day, I talked to a new nurse attorney on a coffee chat every single day. And I wanted their perspective. I wanted to dive into their world. I wanted to explore how they live and think and what they do. I wanted to be inside of their world. So that was my first step. Right. And then I wanted to apply to law school, and I wanted to go and visit the law schools. That was my next step. And then I started, getting ready to study for LSAT. So I knew the breadcrumbs leading to it. And as I did one thing and I committed to one, the next one got easier. It became more doable. And then I, started thinking about entrepreneurship and started talking to entrepreneurs and doing the same thing. And that's when it clicked that this feels good. It feels right. It feels easy. And it doesn't feel forced. And that's when I started shifting more from the life that has been created for me and I just went along in the passenger seat to now feeling like I get to choose and make the choice of the life I want. And I'm one step closer to that.
Oh, this is so good. So we committed to one thing. We followed the breadcrumbs. The last thing, and I want to talk about that a little more. And I'm saying last thing is in not that this is the last of your step, but the last thing you said that I hung on to was talk to people.
Yes.
And not
Like,
and being intentional. I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
no, go ahead.
You were intentional about the people that you talked to. You were talking to people who were in the direction that you wanted to go, correct? Or did I?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like I wanted to know if we often talk about future pacing. Like if you think about the person that like Ananya 2.0 and what she would be doing every day, I wanted to live in that reality now. And the only way to create that is either by books of people who've done it, but better yet, speak to the people who can speak to that right now. And so I wanted to enter that world. And it was really surprising to me how willing and open people were to help you and answer questions and be that person when they see that you have an appetite and hunger to do better. Like people were opening doors for me that I didn't realize. I thought attorneys, they don't have time to talk. They would carve aside an hour and talk to me, on their lunch break,
Right.
so that we can make it work. It was really, really just amazing feeling to know that when people connect with you on that level, they're willing to give you more.
Yes. Oh, this is so good. Okay, let me get back to the banners. And then what else would you say? Commit to one thing. Follow the breadcrumbs. Talk to people who are in the direction you want to go. Anything else come to mind to help people identify that authentic alignment?
I think that once you're shifting from understanding your gift to the world and your purpose and then saying, okay, now what, right? One book that really helped me was There's No Plan B for Your A Game by Bo Eason. And I know Ryan talks a lot about this. And in the book, his whole premise is he made a declaration 15 years prior to becoming the best football player and the best playwright. He made a declaration, an affirmation to himself, to his family, saying that he doesn't know necessarily how he's going to get there, but he is going to be the best at what he does. So it doesn't have to be necessarily, I want to be the best at what I do, but declare what impact you want in the world and reverse engineer how you're going to get there. You will figure out how to get there. You just have to get started, and you just have to declare what it is that you are seeking. Start there.
Oh, let me get that one up, because what I didn't
I love you.
Look,
these banners though.
I don't want anybody to miss it. I don't.
You're so funny.
You know, as we talk, I absorb a lot of this too, right? I like to share. You know me, I use the word expert very loosely, because there's always more to learn. I don't care how much I've seen. Lord willing, I've got a lot still to see, right? I don't care how much I've read. I've got a lot still to read. And I don't declare to be the expert of everything. I do declare to be experienced in my things. And for everything that I don't know, like you said, I'm talking to other people. I am reading, I am gleaning so that I can be informed on how to make the decision that's well for me, right? But I don't want to just be stuck in, I don't know, because I don't know.
Yeah.
But I seek the information that I think I need, and then you'll uncover.
Yeah. And I think that feeling like when I felt and said to myself, I feel stuck, I don't know what to do, it was such a disempowering space to be in. And to get out of that shift, the first thing is just taking that action and committing to that one thing. So get out of this state of disempowerment. And I talked to so many people who were in the same boat as I was a few years ago. And it's the same psychology of, I want to do something, but I don't know how. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. I just won't do it. So if anyone resonates with this out there, I just want you to know that I feel you. I've been there. I've lived it. All you need to do is just start and declare something, whatever it is that you aim to be and aspire to be in 5-10 years. This is not something that you're just going to be overnight. But if you have a goal and a declaration that you're working towards for 10 years, then the roadmap doesn't matter, because it's impactful no matter what you're doing to get there.
Absolutely. And then just understand that, be flexible. Like that's the beauty of a roadmap, because you have a destination. How you need to get there may change.
Yes.
But the destination doesn't change, right? So whether you have to walk crawl, run, take a plane, a train, a taxi cab, a boat, right?
Yep.
You can still get there. So
Yep.
just be willing and give yourself grace and give others grace along the way, because we all need it. And it is a journey. It is
Yes.
a journey there, and learn to enjoy it is so significant. So, oh man, I mean, we're already at our 6.
I know, this just rolled by so
Already
quickly.
at 30 minutes. I can't believe that went by so quickly. If you had to summarize one core, well, you just did, but if you could just give us one more summary of what you want people to get from being authentically aligned and how that's a gift to the world, what do you want to leave them with? And then, of course, I want you to share how people can connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely. This was so awesome.
Yes.
And
It
thank
was
you
so
for having me.
smooth. You have such a
No,
smooth energy.
it's all you. It's all you. You're an amazing host. If it's one thing that I've learned, and I would just implore upon anyone who's connecting with this, is that gnawing feeling just gets bigger and louder, and time will pass. So you might as well address that and explore that and take that action. But you come to a tipping point where you realize that your peace, your inner peace, and you don't want to resent anything. So your inner peace is worth more than anything, right? And so you and I have talked about how, there's been opportunities, but I've had to walk away because it's not aligned with who I am, my core values, and my freedom and my peace is valuable. There's no price. No one can buy me out. There's no price in this world that's going to do that. So if your inner peace that's what's at stake, then I implore you to explore that. Just start by committing to exploring that. And so a quote that this lady that I just met on Clubhouse said the other day, and it has been amazing just thinking about it. She said, "You can't see the picture when you're in the frame."
Woo!
And yes, I was gone. I was like, "Woo, we went to church." Isn't that amazing? She said, "You can't see the picture when you're in the frame." And I was in the frame for 30 years. And when I stepped out, I realized the type of life that I wanted. And you can't do that unless you commit to the work. So I implore you, Shaniqua said, "Bam, yes,
Look,
yes, Shaniqua, yes, like you can't see anything." So that's why I implore you to get coaches, someone to guide you so that they can take you on a roadmap and just show you. They're not going to teach you, but you teach yourself and coach yourself. So I implore you to take that step, ask for help, tell someone who you can confide in what you're wanting out of something, and you don't know who can connect you with who. So I ask you to take that action, that first step in investing in you and getting the life that you truly want. The first step is taking that action. And so if there is a book that is not written, then you write it. Toni Morrison, the late Toni Morrison, had said that. It is upon you, the onus is on you to write it. So write the book of your life. And I am still writing, I am still figuring out, but I refuse to give out, my inner peace anymore, time wasting. So I implore you to do the same thing. And so if this resonates with you, please let me know. I would love to connect with you. And you can find me on Instagram at Ananya the PNP. I don't know. I can't drop it in here.
I'll drop it in.
Okay.
Drop it in. Definitely drop it in the links. Like if you
Okay,
can't do it while we're on, when you're done, drop it in the links, but I'm going to put it in there. Ananya the
PNP. Yeah, feel free to DM me, connect with me. I just love, it doesn't matter. I am a nurse practitioner, career coach, but you don't have to be an NP to connect with me. I love connecting with people and just exchanging testimonies and how we can support each other. So anything I've learned in the last year is like leaning on each other is the most important thing, and that we live in community, as Tawana says. And when you open up that vulnerability, you open up the opportunity for people to live in community with you and be vulnerable and give the permission for others to also be authentically them. And that's the biggest thing I've learned is like when I truly, truly feel that I'm living and stepping in my power and I give myself permission, other people have messaged me and contacted me, and I see that they also want that too.
Yes.
So when you are aligned and you are authentically yourself, you allow other people to do the same thing.
Absolutely. And I know you're very modest, so I'm gonna help her out a little bit, y'all. So listen, Ananya's mind is absolutely amazing, and she comes up with the most like just genius things in an instant. So while she does focus on nurse practitioners and helping them with their career path, do not sleep on if you don't know a career coach that can help better position your candidacy, right? If employment is you're like, nah, I'm good on the entrepreneur tip right now, right? You haven't been bitten by the bug yet, and that is okay. Yet if you are like, I'm really wanting to be aligned, I'm really wanting to make a shift, Ananya is a person that you want to connect with. And Ananya has a network of other career professionals. If you know where you want to go and nursing isn't it, she can put you in touch with them.
Absolutely.
Right? She can give you so many key things that are transferable, from resume to profiles to enhancing your digital presence, how to use social media strategy, right? To give value, increase awareness. She's got it, right?
Oh,
She's got it. And this is a person that does not mind giving, also has healthy boundaries. So respect her expertise. Respect the time that she has put in. That's why she's able to give it to you so quickly, because she's already paid for it. She's already invested in herself for it. She's already given years of experience to give you the value that you need to up level and align in your career positioning. So connect with Ananya the PNP. Instagram is her place. Y'all, she's got some great stuff there. Go follow her. Her content is amazing. I can't say enough how grateful I am for you and the relationship that we're continuously growing, and how you have just blossomed as an entrepreneur from the time that we met this summer. Well, gosh, we're in a new year now.
Wow.
2020, summer of 2020 to now, it has just been beautiful to see you grow. And she said something really significant, you all, and we're gonna bring this to a close. But she said something significant about, Ananya absolutely did turn down some really healthy opportunities, right? From the financial standpoint, turned them down. We talked through them because they weren't aligned. And I'm here to tell you, as a accountability coach, as a business consultant, right? As a project management professional, if an opportunity costs you everything, it's not an opportunity.
Yes.
It's
Amen.
not an opportunity, right? So have the courage to say no. NO is an acronym for next opportunity, because that one wasn't it. And it doesn't mean it's the last one that will be presented. All right. So understand the journey is going to come with some disappointment, and being responsible, right? Being the CEO of your life, of your business, is not always going to align with how you feel. Yet you can show up, you can give. And I promise you, not because I can give it, right? I am not, I am not a deity. I'm just human. However, my experience witnessing Ananya, witnessing so many other people and things happen in life, just pure miracles. When you give, you will get, you will receive it back. So be encouraged with that. Thank you so much, Ananya.
Thank you,
so much.
Tawana. And I know we're running over on time, but that was incredible and far too kind. And if you guys have not chatted with this amazing woman, I'm going to try not to get emotional, but she has literally changed my life. And Lord, Lord, okay, don't look at me.
Oh my goodness.
There's people who come into your life and literally change it. And she is that person for me. Never met anyone this giving. And she literally pours into everyone, not just me. I'm not the exception here. She does this to every single person. And the testimonies that you see, whether it's, in the Facebook group or her main page, they're real. You get all of her. And if you are so lucky to have that, I so encourage you to hop on a call with her if you are looking for anything in business, or just connecting. Like, this person, everyone needs a Tawana in their life. I tell her that all the time.
You
But
too.
you have literally changed my life, and what you're doing and how you're showing up, whether it feels like you have the energy or not, you're always showing up and serving. You guys, let's all take a page out of her book and show up for ourselves. That is how we can give back. So thank you for having me, and just everything you've done for me. I can't even begin to, it's going to take a whole lot of lives to do that, and some lemonade. So, but thank you all so much. And yeah, just let's lift her up as she continues to serve us. So thank you.
The sentiment is so mutual. It's so mutual. We could do this all night. We're going to go.
Right?
We're going to go. Thank y'all so much for joining this week's Transcend Live with Bootstrap Dreams and Ananya, the PNP, the career coach. Listen, you want to join next week. We're going to have a guest surprise. Next week is going to be the 28th of January, 7:30 p.m. We're back on regular time. I've got a co-teach for my church ministry this evening, so I had to hop on with you all early. Thank you, Ananya, for being flexible about that. See you same time, same place next week. If you're interested in being a guest on Transcend, because we're all ordinary people trying to make a difference, message me. Let's do this. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everyone.